And we're back.
Welcome back.
Happy Tuesday.
Stop saying that.
Well, they know now. Okay. So now I have to say it.
All right. Fine.
I mean,
happy
you guys
Tuesday.
are watching on Wednesday. But
happy Tuesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy whatever day of the week that it is that you finally sit your ass down and turn on this podcast with a drink.
I had multiple drinks last night.
Yes.
I've had to perfect today's drink last night.
Yeah, we're going to get right into today's cocktail because it's a little more advanced and intricate than what we've been making, because I feel like we've been making drinks that are simple enough so that you could follow it should you choose to. But now, we want to spice it up.
I just think we've been making crowd-pleasing drinks. Yeah. The basics. Yeah. But as bartenders, we like things that are a little bit more advanced.
Yeah. I didn't know that you didn't know gin was my liquor of choice.
I did not know that.
Yeah, gin, seltzer. Well, not any gin. Hendrick's really is my go-to gin.
Mm-hmm.
Hendrick's seltzer lime juice is my cocktail of choice.
When I first started drinking, I would do Bombay Sprite, and then it wasn't until I went to Miami and I forget what spring break it was. Yeah. That I threw up blood from drinking so many of those that I never really looked back at gin. That's when I went straight vodka. Yeah.
I wouldn't look back either.
But then I would say probably last summer I went to Mercado in Massapequa. I love Mercado. Yeah. And Victor, the manager over there, made me some fantastic. He was like, let me just bring you guys out, whatever. Like, trust me. Okay, fine. He brings it out. I take a sip of it, and I couldn't even tell what I was drinking. I'm like, what is this vodka? What is this? He's like, it's actually gin. It's like a lavender gin that we have. And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. Safe to say, did not drive home that night. Yeah. Because I was loving them. But since then, I'm now like, okay, I'm easing my way back into the gin category. Yeah. But so tonight we figured, let's drink something that we're going to actually really like. Not that we haven't liked our drinks.
I'm excited about this. And I'm even more so excited about it that I'm not making it.
Yeah, you're sitting back, relaxing. Yeah. So I love citrus, anything lemony. I put like 10 lemons in my water. Yeah. And Sarah loves gin. So I figured we'd somehow meet in the middle there. Yeah. And I don't even know what to call this, but
we have to make a name for it.
We have to make a name for it. It really just, I don't even know where to go or how to start. We're going to use a lemon zest puree.
Some of this stuff you're not going to have.
Yeah, just use lemon juice.
It doesn't really what we always say is use what you have and make it your own.
Hendrick's.
That's my gin.
I originally tried this recipe with simple syrup. However, I think this also will just be easier for everyone at home because most people would have honey rather than simple.
Over a simple syrup.
It is so much better with honey. So we're going to get 100% U.S. raw, unfiltered.
Oh yeah, that unfiltered honey. Okay. Though if you do want to make simple syrup, it is just equal parts boiling water and sugar for anybody who wants to.
Some freshly squeezed lemon juice. Mm-hmm. And this might seem extreme to those who
don't know, but then once you know this is not extreme, but it is it.
Egg white.
Which
it's funny because like last night he was like, my friend who I was testing the drinks out, he was like, ew, like salmonella, raw egg. And I'm like, yeah, but the liquor, because when I was reading up on recipes, completely kills any bacteria. So not to worry. All right. So
start me off. There was a drink at have you ever been to Cork and Kerry? I don't know if it's still open, but there was one in Rockville Center, there was one in Farmingdale, and it was like
I don't know where to begin.
It's like a thing of doorknob handles, and you have to pick the right one to get into it. It's like a speakeasy vibe whatever. Yeah.
No, I've never
And then
even
it's
heard
super
of it.
dark, and you can't use your phone if they like see you have your phone out and like take a picture and see a flash. They're like all over you. But they make a gin drink with egg white, and it has this like nice foamy thing on top. It tastes like a Flintstones push pop.
Really?
Yeah,
okay,
so good. And ever since then, I've always loved a good egg white.
I'm telling you, it gives that nice drink. Like, the nitro cold brew has that like froth layer. Yeah. It's the same vibe, but with alcohol. Can you pass me the ice, please?
Yes.
This smells so good. I like want to eat it.
So that's a lemon zest puree.
Yes.
So realistically, you could just zest a lemon.
Right. Fill your shaker with ice. I'm gonna do one at a time. So it's just easier to follow the recipe. I'm gonna do a tablespoon of the lemon zest puree. I'm going to do a tablespoon of honey. But I guess if you were doing simple syrup or, like counts wise, this would be what, half an ounce?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
this is your jigger?
Yeah, let's jigger it up. That's why I brought it.
Fucking hate jiggers.
I know, same. But this...
You need it with a drink like this. Yeah.
I'm going to say half an ounce because this is potent. I squeeze the shit myself.
Yeah.
I love lemon, but I don't know how lemony you're going to be down for.
No, I love lemon.
Okay. And then we're going to do 2.5 ounces.
Oh, that's a lot of ounces. Whoa.
What did I just count to? That was 2.
You were counting.
That was 2. Let's see how it's looking with 2 actually, because I didn't put the egg white. And then I guess half an ounce. It's kind of hard to measure this. Shake well. I didn't shake well, so we're gonna
shake it well.
See how nice it is when you make your drinks, and look how messy I am.
No, I think this is fine. This is perfect. I haven't really been making anything so intricate, and I made that clear. Like I wasn't lighting orange peels on fire or doing anything crazy.
I'm going full mixologist right now. And now,
shake it up, baby.
All right.
Smells good?
Oh, it smells great.
I always smell a drink, and people are like, why are you smelling it? I'm like, because you could tell how it tastes by the way it smells. I didn't give it
a sugar rim, but...
That's all right.
It's a little short.
No, that's perfect.
It's quite all right. And then it's all about a garnish.
Yeah, I love a garnish. Love me a good garnish.
And what better than a cute little...
I love that.
Right?
That is so much prettier than any of the shit I've been making so far.
She's kind of sinking, but...
No, I love it. It's perfect.
Can I even see it? I don't think.
We'll take some pictures of it.
Yeah, you guys will see a photo. All right.
You want me to taste it now? Or want me to wait till you have one?
Should I make a second one?
We do this every week. We do this every time.
Let me make a second one. Here we go.
All right. Cheers. Cheers. We will name this later. Not that the drink's name is later. We'll name it later. I like that.
The rim is actually very good. I wish yours had a rim.
I mean, yeah, but it's still very good. I really like this.
That's it. That is it.
This is good.
Nice
job.
Do you really enjoy it?
Nice job.
Are you
yeah.
Just saying that?
No, not at all. I told you I really love a gin and egg white drink. I've just never attempted to make one myself.
Well,
so
here we have it.
Love that. That's good.
Good. I'm so glad. Like it. All right. I bought 4 of these last night. All tweaked a little bit.
Yeah.
And
that'll get you.
And this last
because they're strong.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's all
they
gin.
taste good, but they're strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And this is something that we really like.
Yeah.
Which is going to lead us into today's conversation.
Things we like.
And things that we don't fucking like.
Things we fucking hate.
Things we fucking hate. I love complaining. This girl on TikTok, I don't even know her name. It's Talia something, but she just recently moved to New York City.
Yeah.
And she actually got famous off just making TikTok rants about things that she fucking hates.
Really?
And I love her.
Yeah.
And she gets obviously a lot of backlash because some of the things she says are, harsh to the end. I mean, to us New Yorkers, nothing's really harsh, but I guess the people back home from where she's from are like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I think she is fantastic.
It's kind of like what we touched on last week, which was a heavier episode, but people like to feel like they're not alone. Right. So when you complain and someone's like, oh, I get that. I get that. Yes. It makes people feel connected.
Yes.
Which, side note, I want to say, this week, you seem a lot lighter. I like that.
I like that more.
yeah.
Yeah, because like I said last week, when I'm feeling down, I will really let myself feel down. And I think that that's why it doesn't stay with me too long. Yeah. Because I do let myself feel it. I think that when you're suppressing things all the time, that they're constantly creeping up. So fucking lay your ass in bed and cry all day if that's really what you need to do.
Yeah.
And then I guarantee the next morning when you wake up, you're going to feel a little bit better, you know? And every day it's that. It's just a little bit better.
Well, you seem better and you seem lighter and happier and
what a nice compliment.
I like that.
I like it fucking too. I mean, we're also having 60-degree weather this week.
I know.
In March.
I know.
Which is definitely boosting my serotonin levels.
Which I also like. And I also like, because I'm a big snow person too, but none of that I'll take a heavy like blizzard once in a while, but I like the non-inconvenient snow. Like when it's snowing and you can see it in the sky snowing and it's sticking to the grass, but you still can drive around and go places and get things done. And we've had both. We've had those kinds of snow days and we've had 60-degree weather. So
I mean, what are you complaining about? You have a Jeep. I would love the snow. I'd be like, let it fucking snow. My dumbass little car.
Yeah, but
I'm literally
I want other people to be not inconvenienced too.
You're so selfless.
Because I like people. I'm just kidding.
Now let's really get into what we don't like, because this is just, I think, so much more fun to talk about.
Well, I don't like that we keep forgetting to do our wets and our dries.
I know. Because we
didn't do it last week either.
All right, so let's start with that. Let's start there.
What's making you dry? I know it's making me dry. The way people have been driving lately. I don't know if you've noticed this, but I've noticed it. Kieran's noticed it. People have been driving like animals. I don't know what the deal is, but I feel like every day I almost get into an accident, and it's not my fault. It's not me. It's really not me.
I mean, I think that all the time. I have such roid rage. Anyone who gets in my car knows that.
Not roid rage.
Roid.
Careful.
Oh my God.
Careful.
This is strong.
It's not roid
I swear
rage.
to God, it's not roid. Oh my
road
God.
Rage.
Road.
You don't have the shoulders for
roid
rage.
I know. Or the acne, thank God. No, definitely road rage. But, all right, so, like, feeding off of that, what's making me dry, I don't know why I didn't think of this, because I was stuck on the fucking side of the Meadowbrook Parkway for an hour waiting for whatever, the Geico guy to get there.
Yeah.
The potholes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, where is our tax money going in this state? I don't know. That our parkways are what they are. I mean, my car is literally I would say I'm at my local mechanic once a month. Genuinely, either getting a new tire altogether or something like patched or whatever. Like, I'm so done. I don't even want to drive anymore.
Well, I have been getting a lot of flats, but not like out. I'll go home and my tire will be fine. And then I'll get up the next morning to go somewhere and I'll have a flat tire. And the same thing has been happening to Kieran. So we recently as like literally this past Sunday, we cambered the whole exterior of the house. Oh, not so much really because of that, but like that'll definitely help when you like, because I don't know, not that we think it's like somebody specifically. I mean, there's probably a lot of people that hate the both of us, but that they would do that. But just to see, like,
I mean, that would be ballsy as hell. Especially
but
where
we've
you
both
live.
we've both been getting flats, and I don't know if it was because they were doing so much construction, like building these like new like condos and townhomes that like just the nails and stuff are there, but it's the most bizarre thing. The both of us in the front of my house have been getting flat tires.
You have the opposite of a secret admirer. Someone's out to get you guys.
I don't like that. But now I will know.
Now
I'll see it. I'll see it on my cameras.
Listen up. If you are watching and you are giving Sarah a flat tire,
no more.
She's coming
do
for
it.
blood.
Do it.
Dakota's popping out.
Dakota wants you to do it.
Dakota's going to handle it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is just, I was on the side of the parkway. My tire, it was funny. I hit a pothole.
Yeah.
I hit them every single day. And it's like, that like, I like will turn the music off after because my whole vibe is shot.
Yeah. Yeah. One of those.
And I hit one and I knew it was bad. I really did. But I didn't think that it was like flat tire bad. Oh no. I hit the pothole. I was like, oh, that was ugly.
It blew out your tire?
Kept driving. And then not even 2 minutes later, it like came up. My car actually I was driving my mom's car. It did this weird like jolt back type thing. Yeah. And I was like, ugh.
Something's off.
And then it popped up like tire, like 0. And I was like, oh God. Rambo's in the backseat panting like crazy. I'm like, this is fantastic. Now I have to have this. Oh, I'm sorry. It was AAA, not Geico. I called Geico, but they sent a AAA guy roadside. And Rambo is like growling at the poor fucking guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, he's a big boy. He's like, I was like, oh, forgive him.
Yeah.
Rambo, shut the fuck up. Let me get my tire fixed so we can get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
So that's definitely keeping me dry because the amount of money I'm spending on tires lately is like,
same.
I'm riding my bike.
And I have a Jeep, so like my tires should be like,
A-okay,
which is why it's so, but yeah.
Between the potholes and the gas.
Yeah.
Prices, I'm gonna really start riding my bike everywhere.
Yeah,
I will be the fittest Natalie you have ever seen this summer because I'm
Russia.
Yeah.
Because Natalie is now super fit because gas prices are so high.
The only pro to come out of this horrible world we're living in right now.
But seriously, I don't know who's been giving people like driver's licenses lately, but like even the other day, like I'm driving on the parkway and this girl is tailgating me so fucking hard. And on the parkway to the point where like if I had to stop short, you're going to hit me. Like that's how close you are. And I'm doing the whole like brake thing and then speed up so they kind of get the hint that like you need to like fall back. And she would speed right back up to me. And then I got off the parkway and she followed me off the parkway. We were both going the same way, the same route. We're stopped at a red light and I like look in my mirror to like see her and she's flipping her long blonde hair and like looking at her phone and whatever. And I'm like, who gave you a fucking license to drive like this?
It's funny because I see every time someone's driving like shit around me, I'm like, I need to see who this fucking person is. And I've really dumbed it down. Like my mom and I had this conversation recently. It's either that for me, whoever's tailgating me, like really up my ass, and I drive pretty quick. So I always say like, how fast do you want me to go? You want me to do over 100? Like I don't, like my car, I could zip around and I do. So if you're up my ass, you need to really take it easy, pal. Yeah. And the car that is always the one. Mm-hmm. It's these Rams or the F-150, all the pickup trucks. Yeah. They're like, they really are. My mom calls them bullies of the road. Yeah, and they are. They are. They think I'm high and mighty, that they have their 8-inch lift. Yeah. And they can run you right off the side of the road.
I had one of those tailgating me the other night too. And I'm doing my stop and go thing, whatever. And he like, and he knew he was fucked up because he like, we were coming up to the red light by like the train, so he went into the parking lot to kind of like bypass the light, one of those things. And as he passed me, he looked at me and blew me a kiss, and it was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, and it's so many things. Like I could go on and on and on. I mean, that motorcycle that ran into the side of my car, like back in October, like I finally got my money back from my rental car that I had to pay for this fucking week. Like I don't know what's wrong with people. I don't know what's in the air, but I'm almost afraid to drive these days.
I think people are also just kind of in a fog all around.
You might be right.
I'm people not even trying to justify it because it's obviously it's not cool. Like fucking wake the hell up. You're driving how much does a car weigh? A ton? Like you can do serious damage, so pay attention. But I do think that people are just really so far gone right now with a million things in life that I try to cut people some slack. Or sometimes when I get really mad that someone's going really slow and I pull up next to them ready to be like, what the fuck, thinking they're on their phone or not paying attention. It's like an older person. I'm like, all right.
No, someone was going super slow next to me on the parkway the other day and she was like a young girl but she was texting on her phone. So
there you go.
In the middle lane, to the point where people were going around her because she was driving that slow and on her phone. And I was just, I'm telling you, I don't want to drive anymore.
Yeah, no, I'm over
I'm going to hire a car. Yeah. Like Mr. Big, and I'm just going to get driven around town.
If I was loaded.
If I had the money, that would 1,000% be the way I
That would be
traveled.
your first, like, luxury expense because mine would be a glam
I would
squad.
definitely do it. A what?
A glam squad.
Oh.
Imagine waking up. You know, and I don't think that we wake up looking terrible. Obviously,
I hope not. I don't
think so.
I
mean, whatever. Like we are young, but I'm just saying. Imagine waking up and having like a glam squad
just rolling out into
day. Your hair and makeup professionally done. I would live for it. Yeah. I would just be thriving at Stop and Shop. Like I look good.
That's like when you were talking about the Kim K quote the other day about everyone needs to get up and work. Yes. Well, how much easier would it be if all you had to do was fucking roll out of your bed in your plush robe, sit and get your hair and makeup done? I would get out of bed to go to work too.
No, I mean, okay, so let's talk about that for a second. You know, I don't follow one Kardashian, Jenner, nothing. I don't have them on anything. I don't watch their show. I really if I know anything about them, it's because I follow E! News and they post about them. Right. So I know that video got a lot of backlash. And I understand both. I see both sides. People who support that and people who do not. And my whole thing is this. Yes, I agree with you. Kim Kardashian could sell her legit feces online for whatever price. And some freak would buy it because people are obsessed with them. Mm-hmm. However, okay, let me just... yes, keep that in mind. She could. You're right. She has a lot of help and resources and clout and you know in so many ways life has been made very, very easy for all of them. But I also think of every single celebrity there is.
It's a lot.
Any public figure, right? It's a lot. so she, essentially she really got famous because her father was who he was. And, then of course she was his pretty daughter who made a sex tape and she blew up. There are so many celebrities that have children or family members or whatever that, like, I'm sure have done similar things, but no one's ever bat an eye to them because no one gives a fuck about them. She really, I have to give that family credit. I don't like them, but they do work. They get up and work. Every single thing they do is a publicity stunt or something. Like, they're always thinking about how can I get in the public eye, and that is a full-time fucking job. Whether it's managing social media, anything, it's work.
There's a quote.
It is work.
The devil works hard, but Kris Jenner works harder. And I am someone who does follow them and does buy their products. Yes. I get annoyed when somebody says, "Oh, she's only famous because of a sex tape." No, there's been a million people who've had sex tapes that have not been able to parlay that into a fucking full-blown successful multiple business career.
Yes.
I don't begrudge them their success at all, especially her and the amount that she works. I think she works fucking hard.
Yes.
I don't take that away from her or from that family at all. But her quote of "get up and work," no one wants to work. Well, and make your environment, your work environment, something that's pleasurable. Well, I'm sure everyone would like to get up and go to work. If all they had to do was go, and not all they had to do, but if their work was going to design products and do something they're passionate about, but not everybody has a job that they love because they're trying to support their fucking family and and has children, doesn't have nannies, doesn't have a glam squad, and
doesn't have a personal chef or this or that. Yeah.
Look at you and I doing this podcast. If our sole job was to get up and to create content and work on this podcast and we were getting paid for it, I would get up and love to go to work every fucking day. I would be up at the crack of dawn. Yes. I still do that. When Kieran gets up to go to work, I get up and I go to the couch and I open up my laptop and I start making clips and whatever because I enjoy doing it. But it's not my bread and butter. Right. But how easy would it be for me to say, just get up and work if I was really getting up and doing something I fucking loved? But I don't have the resource. She has the resources to literally sell her feces and make it a successful business.
I also think, though,
most people don't have that.
I think that it was the way that she executed her message that was the problem, but I don't think it had any
I don't think it's
intent.
Wrong to say get up and work. I think a lot of people don't want to work these days.
I don't even think that, though. I have a couple of like motivational things saved on my phone, and like it's like, do you want to be a lion or a sheep? Like some stupid lame shit, but it gets you kind of pumped up, and in a sense you could take it as like maybe being offensive for a second, like that you should be going harder than you are, and it's supposed to kind of like drive you and motivate you. Yeah, I think that that's the way that she wanted to go with it. I don't think that it was like
she's
her
the
being
right
condescending
person, though.
But yes,
because her mom is her manager. She has the resources and the money to make everything she does realistically successful, and you and I don't have that as regular people. Even just using you and I as an example, we do not have that. The normal person doesn't have that. And then have somebody to watch your kids make you your fucking food because you have a chef do your food shot. Like, we're over here fucking struggling to get it to. I'm getting yelled at because I didn't stock the fridge up on fucking chicken.
I'm stopping for a 4 for $4 because it's cheaper than going to fucking Whole Foods.
Exactly. So please.
I mean, I really do, like, this is when I can hard play devil's advocate because I really do see both sides. I totally understand that. And I also really, and I don't even like them, like I said, but I genuinely.
And I do.
I come at them for everything. But this one, I was like, you know what? I think that she had good intentions. She just had poor execution.
And I also think the time that we're in, such a post-COVID, like so many people lost their job trying to get it back together, and people just struggling. It was a little tone deaf, in my opinion.
Yeah, but they
love her, and I'll still buy her. I'll buy her products still.
They are tone deaf. That's
it was
my problem with them.
A little tone deaf
because promoting your fit tea when you have the best plastic surgeons in the world,
I know,
is very.
I know. I'd wish you'd just be honest about it.
And hey, we say it all the time. If we had the money for it, we would do it. I would be
all about it. Yeah.
But be real.
I went and I saw
that waste is not
I got an
real.
ad. No, I got an ad for an M-Sculpt thing.
What is that?
So they put these. You could do it for like your abs or your butt is like the most common, I think, places people do it. And it's like if you put it on your butt, it's like doing 20,000 squats in total while you're just laying there, and this thing is working on your butt. And I was laying in bed, and I was like, "Oh, Kieran, I gotta get this.
Kieran,
I gotta do this."
My birthday neck. I know it's not for months, but
right? But I was like, "Let's look at," and he was, rolling his eyes like he does at most everything I say. But and I looked up how much it was, and it was like $3,000. I was like, "All right, I'm just gonna go to the gym maybe next Monday.
I'll skip Popeyes this week.
Well, talking about things we like.
Go ahead, break the news to them.
Oh my God. So we're driving.
I smiled reading that text.
Did you?
Because I'm excited for it.
You were the first person I texted.
Okay. I'm happy to hear that.
We're driving, running some errands on Sunday. Your
fattest friend that's excited about a fast food chain.
No, only because we had just spoken about it. And I'm just passing this empty building, and it's happens to be right across the street from the gym, which I don't know if it's a good thing or if it's a sign or whatever
it's a metaphor
it is.
For sure.
And I look and I do a double take at like what it's going to be. Right down the block. My biggest complaint about Popeyes, which I explain, I think in our second episode, is that it's just too far. There are none that are close to me. There's none that are around me.
What is the closest one to us?
I want to say on Old Country Road. For me, it's on Old Country Road. I think in like in Westbury.
I'm thinking the one near Hofstra on, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah,
is that
I think that's the same one.
Okay, yeah, so.
There's one in Baldwin, I think, but there's none that are close to me. So like I don't really, I'll Uber Eats it more than anything when I'm like really like, if I'm going to go, I'm just going to do it. Yeah, I'm not even going to go find one. I'm going to have it sent right to me.
Yeah, but then it's not fresh and hot, I think.
Right, but so I don't really get it because it's not close to me. That's always my biggest complaint. And now when I tell you I could walk to this Popeyes, it is that. And my face lit up when I saw what it was going to be, like a kid in a candy store. Right, oh my God. I think I stood there and I looked at Kieran like,
this was something sent. This was good karma.
Like,
the universe sent you this gift.
The universe sent me this Popeyes. It sent me this Popeyes right next to my house.
Right across
the street from our gym.
So when you're having a day, when you wake up and you know what you need to do for the day, you have those days, like I have to do X, Y, and Z, and you're going to the gym and you have full, Britney Spears is playing and you know that you have to get
nobody can stop
gym.
me. Yeah, at that
point.
But
now on your right-hand side is Popeyes and on your left-hand side is Crunch. Where are you going?
Popeyes all fucking day.
There you go.
That'll be like, because we've talked about, if I don't get to the gym by like 8 a.m., I'm not going.
Yeah, you are definitely a very early goer.
I have to go early. If I don't go early, I won't go. So like that's a little too early to get Popeyes. So when you don't see me at the gym at 8 a.m., you know that I'm waiting and I'll be at Popeyes later.
Or you're going to the gym at 8 a.m. and you're going to
swing back by and
Popeyes
and go to Popeyes.
And balance. I mean, that's
the definition of balance.
But I say to you all the time that your body frame, I mean, look at your mother who's MILF, Donna, if you're watching. She's watching.
Tiny. Yes.
She's
watching.
She's tiny. You couldn't be fat if you wanted to. Your frame just wouldn't allow it.
No, but I'm built different than she was. Like,
really?
Yeah, like I'm bigger than when I grow out of clothes, I give them to her. Like I'll pack all my clothes away that I'm getting rid of and she'll go through them first before they like get donated.
I love it. So I like that this episode has been so positive and so light. I really do like it because you know what?
We need that after the last episode.
We definitely need it after the last episode. We need it after my just everyday life. Because I think that I am very lucky and fortunate and I'm so blessed in so many ways. But I'm one to just find a problem in any situation. Yeah. Seriously.
It's called you just being a realist.
Right. I'm a realist. I am. I'm an atheist. I'm a realist. And that's it. And that's
an atheist and I'm a realist. What a combo.
So it is what it is. I'm a lucky girl. I'm so blessed. I have great friends, great family. But I will find a problem wherever I could. Yeah. Because I love flaws. Yeah. Which leads me into what do we hate? Let's just talk about it in any aspect, in friends, in relationships, in life. What do we fucking hate?
Oh my God, a lot of things, but I don't know where you're going with this. Where?
You know what?
What do we hate?
I'm gonna start somewhere, and you could
I'll
feed off this if you want, or just totally change directions. But this is something that's relevant in my life right now, so I'm going to talk about it. I was friends. I don't want to say was. I am friends with someone who I genuinely really like. The second I met her through mutual friends, and I liked her immediately. She is very much so like me. Okay. And I think she's hysterical. Okay. The things she says are just like funny as hell. She's very real. She doesn't really give a fuck what anyone I respect that. Like I will try to filter certain things. She doesn't have any filter at all.
Okay. And I think I probably know at this point who you're talking about.
God bless her. Okay. Now, we stopped speaking for a little while nothing happened. I'm going to be completely honest. You know, I'm very blunt.
Yeah.
She never did anything to me directly.
Okay.
But 2 of my very close friends had issues with her. Unrelated to me altogether. But it puts you in that awkward, like, if I hang with her today, it's going to piss them off.
Which should never. You should be able to be friends with whoever you want to be friends with.
If I hang with her, I know it's going to piss them off. If I hang with them, I know it's going to piss her off. And neither of them really want to admit it, but I just know. So, that's one aspect of it. And I also, my feelings towards this person is that I love them. I have a good time with them. I really do. But it is a lot of negativity. And it's a lot of maybe talking about them, maybe talking about this one, that one, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of like heavy shit. Every time I hang out with this person. As of recently, I saw that she was kind of going through something a little bit, and I was thinking about her because I was going through something similar.
Right.
And, not exactly the same, but I empathized with what she must have been feeling. Like when I saw on social media and whatever that like she had been dealing with something, and I said, I saw X, Y, and Z. I know we haven't spoken in some time, but I'm here for you. Anything you need. And she was very like, I really appreciate this message. Like, yeah, you and I should sit down. It's been a while. And she was like nice about it, but like a little bit cold, but polite. I should say polite and cordial was like the way she went. And I understand completely. I didn't tell my friends that have issues with her that I even reached out.
Yeah.
I didn't because it's just not even worth like the headache.
Yeah.
Because I know that they're not going to be thrilled about it. So things that I don't like.
Negative people,
but also I think that there's this like, I don't know if you can call it like a stigma or what it is, but if I'm friends with somebody that you don't like, let's go with that, or someone that's maybe wronged you, I, to a degree, will keep that person, I always think of it as like, how close am I with Sarah? How close am I with this person?
Yeah.
And I will act accordingly. But it's very difficult for me. I don't really fight with people. You know me. So my whole thing is like having to
balance that.
I don't even want to say pick sides, but it's like basically if you're my friend and I'm and you're friends with someone that I don't like.
Yeah.
I'm never going to tell you stop talking to them.
Yeah.
That's just something that's like been like kind of prevalent in my life. Like I get along with everybody. I don't have problems with people. I don't fight with people. It's like if me and you don't get along, I'm not even trying to be an asshole. Like it probably was you. It was something that you really did that fucked me up or you don't fuck with me.
Right.
It's never really like me. I don't hate, like I'm not like that. I don't care enough. So I would never be like, Sarah, you can't talk to this person. You can't talk, like I'm not, I mean, there are probably 3 people in the entire world that I would be like butthurt if you were friends with them. And that's it, Yeah. So I think that everyone should be kind of mindful of like, don't make your friends hate people that you hate.
No, it's not necessary.
Right. It's not necessary. Unless, like I said, you were really, really wronged, then I get it. But like if you just, you had an issue with somebody. Yeah. It's like kind of trivial bullshit. Yeah. And like that,
I don't really have a lot of that in my life and amongst my friends.
But that's what I've been dealing with. And that's something that's like really been bothering me because it's like I cut this girl out of my life. Yeah. Yeah, she kind of like put some heavy shit on me sometimes. Yeah. But like at the end of the day, did she ever do anything wrong to me? No, she really didn't.
Yeah. The only example I can think of is I had a friend who this girl had slept with her boyfriend when they had broken up. So it wasn't like he cheated on her with her. Okay. And I'll tell you who off camera, but you'll probably be able to figure it out. He kind of slept with like everybody after they broke up. And this girl who he had slept with was also like a boss of mine and now is like my big boss. Okay. And like and she's done her fair share of stuff too. So like I know my friend always felt a certain way about it when it first happened, but it put me in a weird spot because this was also like kind of like somebody above me. And nowadays it's squashed and it's over and like everyone's been over it and whatever. But it was one of those things where no one ever said anything. She never came to me with any like my friend never came to me with any of like, don't, be cool with her or don't whatever. She never put me in that position. And neither did anybody else, but it was always like an underlying thing that I, as a good friend, just felt like, ugh.
Yes. Well, that's the whole thing. None of my friends are all like level-headed in that way, that they would never be like, Natalie, don't talk to her. Like they're not like that. It's not high school, but I just know if I'm hanging out with one side, the other side is not happy and vice versa. I just know. I'm not like, I feel it. It's palpable.
So coming off of that, I also really hate that, like, having to be careful, like, what friends see, like, who you're hanging out with. Like, I've had it happen to me, like, so many times where I've been with a person and it's like, well, don't post that we're together because this person will be mad that, like, we didn't invite them. I hate that shit. Yeah. I have not a ton of friends, but a good amount of friends, and I'm friends with different groups of people. And if I like have plans with somebody, like if me and you have plans, right, to go to brunch or something or whatever, and with like a couple other people, if this person over here texts me and says, hey, what are you doing? I will 1000% am so the type to be like, oh, I'm going to brunch. You want to come? And but I don't go down the list of everybody that I'm friends with to invite them to fucking brunch. It really is just like a circumstantial, who am I with? What am I doing? Yes. And I hate, there are so many times where like a group of friends of mine, they're all out east. They're all like at a winery doing something, whatever. I'm not fucking invited. Yeah, I don't care. Have a fucking ball.
Yeah, right.
If we want to make plans, I know it. And I think it stems from an insecurity that people have, that they need to be included because then they feel like those friends don't want them there and whatever.
Or that they might be talking about them if they're not there.
Right.
I think that's a big one.
I know.
Like, it's not like that.
They are not talking about, maybe they are, but not in a bad way. But I know that they don't, it's not me. Yeah. I know that they are just hanging out because that's who is hanging out, and it has nothing to do with me. And if I showed up there randomly, I would be welcome with open arms. Yes. So I hate that.
It's something, it's something that it's really been
that's
like
a dislike.
Me.
Check for a dislike.
And you and I mean, we only have one person that I, stayed, not that I wouldn't even say like friends, because we don't necessarily like keep in touch like that. We don't speak regularly. Yeah. We don't go out. But there is someone that I remained on good terms with and have seen once since you and her have had an issue. And either side, like if I saw her, she would never. I mean, she also knows that you and I are significantly close. Like there's just no comparison.
You're not breaking this bond.
Right. But even like take that away. Like she would just still never say anything about you to me. And me and you, we hang out all the time. And do we ever even talk about that? No. Like we've laughed about it a couple times because the fight was so silly.
So silly.
And not on your end
not
at all.
You kind of I don't fight silly.
Right. But it was just silly. Yeah. It was just like unnecessary and silly. Yeah. And unfortunately, it was out of your control. And if she and I ever did talk about it, I would say that right to her. I'm sure she probably will hear this.
Right.
And know that what we're talking about.
I haven't thought about that girl in a long
but that's what I'm saying. And that's why I wish that my friends would all look at it that way. That like, if I'm hanging out with someone that you may necessarily not get along with, believe that we are not discussing why you two don't get along.
No, you are not a topic of conversation.
I'm talking about my friendship with this person, what we are up to in each other's lives. Yeah. I don't want to talk about, you're my friend. Why would I want to talk about you? You know? Yeah. So that's been something that's been like irking me a little bit
lately. Yeah. Okay.
And I wish that it wasn't. I wish it wasn't a thing at all. Yeah. But it is, because girls are girls. Yeah. And I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh my God, I'm this angel. Because if some of my best friends were hanging out with certain people, I would be like, but I would think about it as like, what was the severity of the situation? Is it really worth getting so upset about? You know, and my friend, I can trust that my friend would never
has your back and isn't sitting there talking shit about you and anything like that. Yeah.
And that also, but like, take now girls out of the equation because you and I both have our guy friends.
Yeah. So you more so than me at this point.
At this point.
When you get older, those fall to the wayside, and it's okay. They have to.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay, so I have. I'm not even gonna say have. I have a lot of guy friends who I'm very, very close with.
Mm-hmm.
It was always Sarah and the boys, always.
Mm-hmm.
And I love my guy friends dearly. But there comes a point when you get a little bit older and they are finding their people, right? And their person that they want to be with, that has to take precedence over your friendship.
But also, you have found your person.
Yeah, same thing for myself.
Okay.
Like that's what I'm saying. It works both ways.
Yes.
One thing that I can say that I'm very like proud of, me and all of my really close guy friends that I used to hang out with one-on-one. Like I used to hang out with, me and Matteo would go to Ranger games. Me and Jason would go rate grilled cheese sandwiches together. Like me and Brandon, I know him since I'm 2 years old. That's one of my oldest friends. We had such great memories when they started to find their people or their person, right? There was never any on either side of like, why don't we hang out anymore? Why isn't our friendship as important? It was like, it's like this unspoken, like, those were fun memories when they happened, but there's a respect and there's a life that you're finding for yourself that I want you to find for yourself, that they want me to find for myself, that those automatically kind of just fall to the wayside. And I'm proud that like we never had any of those moments of like, oh, he's with this girl now and now he can't hang out with me alone. Like, no, he can't. Because it is what it is, and you will realize as you get older. And
see, I'm struggling a little bit with that.
See,
right now.
you can't. I'm telling you though, because and I can look at any of them, and we will be like, we've had such fucking great times together, but you have to leave those where they were, and you start new chapters. Because at the end of the night, they're not going home with me. I'm not going home with them. They're going home to their person. I'm going home to my person, and that has to take precedence, and take it from somebody who like I really only had like guy friends like you do have some, but your group of guy friends, that was me. I had my guy friends, but what are we doing here is basically what it was. You know what I mean? Like what are we gonna argue about? What are we gonna be sad that the times are over? No, we're happy because they happened, and I love the person you're with, and we all can get together now and hang out, and those times were great when they were, but you have to move on in life. And that's a way you're gonna do it. You're gonna have these moments. They're gonna be hard for you.
It's been. I'm gonna be honest. It's been a little bit tough for me lately.
But know that it has nothing to do with you. Like,
I know that. I know
you
that.
have to get that. Like it's not like, oh, I don't want you hanging out with her. No, it's gonna be. It has to be very mutual.
It has been a little bit of the. Okay. I don't want you hanging out with her, and I'm
go
like,
on.
I mean, like you said, I have a very close friend group. I have a bunch of friends, but I have like my select maybe 7 that I like will call for anything, and I have to say the vast majority, I would say 5 of the 7 are guys.
Guy friends are fucking
They're
awesome.
so great.
They
and I grew up with just only having brothers, so I do
same.
Yes, exactly. We have 2 brothers.
That's how I grew up. Yeah,
it's how I just feel most comfortable with them, and they have really never wronged me.
Yeah,
and
right.
Unfortunately, they don't. They just don't.
Really... They are just a source of light and fun. And I remember I would be like upset, probably about Kieran, and they would be like, "You have 10 seconds to vent, and then we're going to the bar,
and we're taking shots." And they don't, and they know how to make you feel better without like.
They're the best.
It's just totally different. And so I really, really, really cherish my friendships with them. And they know that. They all know that. I tell them all the time, like, oh, shut the fuck up. Like, let's do the shot. And I'm like, I love you. You know?
Yeah.
But, you know, of course, like you said, we're getting older. And they all, like, have very good jobs. They have their careers lined out, and like, you know, they're moving out, they're getting on with their life. And I'm, you know, still in fucking school. But
it's okay.
And they're, you know, they are now starting to like seriously date.
Yeah.
And I am so I mean, maybe I'm biased because I'm talking about myself, but I think that I'm so easy to get along with.
You are.
You know, like if you bring a girl around me, I want to be her best friend because you love her. I want to love her too. I want her to love me. It means a lot to me.
But you're intimidating.
And I wish that I fucking wasn't.
But
it's try not to be. I really try not to be.
It is not something you can control. It radiates off of you. It is nothing that you will ever be able to tweak or control. You are who you are, and you are an intimidating woman.
Well, the girlfriends are not loving me. And I've never felt this, like, I guess this is maybe like what, like middle school girls or high school girls when they really, really want girls to like them. I've never been like that. I've never been one to be like that. But when my guy friends bring girls around, I'm like really trying. My voice is going high. I'm giving them compliments that maybe I don't even necessarily mean, but like I want them to like me. Hard. I really do. And I am struggling with them. My girlfriend doesn't feel comfortable with our relationship, and I would never fight it. I understand. You know, I'm not going to fight it because I've been that girl that's felt uncomfortable. You know, I've been on both sides, but it's frustrating for me, and it's opened my own eyes to like, there are just guy-girl friendships. There really, really are.
Yeah,
like,
there are.
And I've been like, you know, one of my exes used to like help his girlfriend
right.
move stuff if she was moving, and I'm like, what the fuck? You're waking up at 7 a.m. to go move your friend's furniture for her? And he's like, she's my friend, Natalie. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, please. But if I asked you to wake up at 7 a.m., you tell me I'm sleeping till 9, you know? But and I would pick fights with him. So I've been in both places. But lately, it's getting to me a little bit. And I'm trying to handle it, like, maturely.
What I can tell you from experience, because I went through the exact same thing, you have to let time. I feel like we always say this. Time is the ultimate
but I don't want
to
let time go by.
But you're going to have to, because it's going to get, like, not that I had problems with any of my guy friends' girlfriends, but I'm sure there was a little uncomfortable, you know, whatever. Yeah. I know for a fact that there was in some cases and whatever. But it wasn't anything really we like spoke about. It wasn't it becomes an unspoken thing, and you have to just let time. Once they see and can see firsthand that this is really what it is, it does get better. And like I said, it's gonna be, you know, it's things me and like my guy friends will look at each other and we have amazing memories.
Yeah.
But that's where they stay, because at the same time, I have to go home to my person, and that's my future, and that's more important. Now, those were great, but time is going to heal it, and time is going to fix it, and time is going to work itself out, make it work itself out.
Does he ever feel, because obviously I'm single, but you're not. Yeah. Does he ever feel like, because I can't even really see it with Kieran, that he doesn't feel comfortable with some of your male friendships? Like, was that ever a problem on his end?
Because I was kind of the last one to do that. So like all of my guy friends kind of coupled up first.
Okay.
And I was kind of on the outskirts anyway, which again, I never like, it was never you don't hang out with me anymore, and why does that have to change our friendship and whatever. It was just I get it. Don't say, you don't even have to say anything. This is what it is.
Right.
They were all did that. So by the time him and I like figured our shit out, like they were already wifed, and it wasn't really, and they have so much in common. So like when we do all get together, which is rare, which should happen more often. Yeah. They get along great. I mean, you know, he can talk to a fucking tree and be its best friend. So like he really can talk to anybody.
On FaceTime, he was talking to himself. Me and you were still kind of
yeah. Okay. He really can. But like he has a girlfriend that he's been friends with for years, and I'm grateful for that. Being somebody who had or has such close, you know, guy friends, they talk to you in a different way, and I'm grateful he has a girl to talk to. I vent to her.
I was going to say, what's your relationship with her? Like, would you go for dinner with her?
Oh, 1,000%.
Okay. So
I really like her, and we've only hung out and met like a couple times, really nothing. But when him and I, you know, had our moments and were really going through it, I reached out to her, and she sat on the phone with me for an hour and a half. And
I love nice
because
girls.
she loves, she loves him, and she cares about him, and she wants the best for him. And so her and I, you know, spoke and whatever. And
and that's the way that I feel, that if certain and the girls don't even like me, but a couple of my guy friends, their girlfriends, they don't like me, and the guys have told me I'm sorry, I've tried.
But little do they know,
I have your back. If she called me, I would say, listen, he's crazy for you. I almost fucking wish he wasn't, because not for nothing, you're a bitch. But right. But he is. He really does love you, and because of that, I'm going to try to make this work for the both of you.
Yeah.
Because I know that you really do make him happy and that you
Yeah.
walking away from
and
you
you'll
two,
give it to her straight. This girl gave it to me so straight. You are in the right. He is in the wrong. And I will tell him that to his face.
And I tell my guy friends,
Yeah.
you, and believe me, I'll have their back. Like, I mean, one of my guy friends, if he cheated on his girl tomorrow, I'd be like, yes. But to him, I'd say, you are a fucking asshole. Well, I think I'll tell him.
Because I am somebody who has close guy friends, that's automatically like I was never intimidated by. I just want to make sure that she filled mine up again. So this isn't like she's down two and I'm still on my first one.
Third and last because we do have to drive home tonight.
Yeah.
We'll be here for hours, guys.
Yeah, don't worry. We're not drinking and driving.
Legally, it is fine, but this one's good. This has to be our best. That we're really
slugging them back here.
Now, obviously, once again, I'm not in a relationship. What are some things for you and for him that are like crossing a line? Because I think that there are a lot of irrational things. Like some of my friends, obviously I'm single, so for me, like anything goes. Mm-hmm. But some of my friends have like their boyfriends. They don't want them like following girls on Instagram. They don't want they don't like just certain things.
I've come to terms with he follows girls on Instagram and he likes every girl's picture, every girl's selfie, doesn't like mine. Every girl. Well, then he needs to.
We're gonna have a conversation.
But you have to at some point like just resort to the fact that like it's almost like locker room talk. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like guys like visuals. Mm-hmm. That's why guys love porn so much because they need it. They like a visual.
And
you know what I mean?
I genuinely would never care about my boyfriend watching porn. I really
no.
Some girls like think that's like
cheating or whatever. No,
I'm not like that.
I think
I'm like I watch it too.
Guys can like but guys can disassociate it. It doesn't mean anything. If you're watching it, what is it? No. Are you emotionally invested in that person? Like, what?
And if you are, then okay. Then a conversation needs to happen.
Yeah.
But most of the time, no. Porn is definitely. I know some girls are not with that, but for me, I don't give a
fuck.
I almost prefer that because now I don't feel like I have to fucking handle that business constantly.
Good. Take care of yourself for a fucking minute.
And it's like if that's kind of what you're doing when I'm not around, I'd rather that than it be
you
in
cheating
a girl's
on me.
in a girl's DMs. Absolutely. Go for it. Porn it up. I'll porn it up. I'll pay for your subscription. Holy shit. I swear to God, I really do think that. Like when girls are like pissed that their boyfriend's watching porn. I mean, if he has like a porn addiction,
that's different.
Well, yes, but I'm saying like once in a while, go for it. Okay, once a week, sure, me too.
Yeah, right. Really. Literally, me too.
It's cool. Like that's fine with me. As far as the social media, but really just Instagram thing.
Yeah. I mean, if it goes farther than that, then obviously that's a problem. But like the liking and the following and stuff like that, like I think that's a little too. You don't want to control them too much. Right. You gotta let somebody have their freedom because, to be very honest with you, I think a little flirt is good.
Why? You know? What do you mean by that?
I think not like a flirt, like I don't want to say this wrong, like not like a flirting like between people, but like a like a non-existent social media, like flirt, fantasy, kind of whatever.
Fantasy. I think you need to go with fantasy and not flirt.
Okay, maybe
flirt is a little bit more like I'm swiping personal, up on your stories,
and I'm gonna DM you and whatever. Right. No, that's not what I mean.
Flirt shit.
Okay, I'm gonna change that to fantasy.
Fantasy,
and
fine.
A little fantasy,
Absolutely.
I think, is fine, and I think is needed and necessary.
Because I think that if there's no fantasy and you're only about me, you're a weirdo.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes, because let's be honest. Me and you could be out to dinner and a guy could walk in and me and you could both look at him and say, oh my God, he's gorgeous. But neither of us are interested in him. Mm-mm. You know, we're just saying it like it is. Even if a beautiful girl walks in, I'll be the first to say, holy shit, look at her.
Look at her ass.
But, do I want to bang her?
That's what I mean. It's fantasy, not a flirt.
Yeah.
Fantasy.
But
the flirt, I think I meant more like you see like a girl's picture pop up and she's like looking good and you like it. Like that's what I meant by like the extent of the flirt, the fantasy, and not like someone like you know what I mean.
Well,
like,
that's the thing. That
like
is
a fantasy.
Yes.
An influencer.
That is where I'm so glad you made that clarification because if my boyfriend or a guy I'm talking to, a guy I'm seeing, anything, any guy I'm romantically involved with, I hope, I pray, because we talked about love bombing last episode, or 2 episodes ago now. I'm all over the place. I don't want a guy to ever think that I'm the only good-looking piece of ass on the planet, because now he's a weirdo and he's gonna ick me for sure. I definitely want him to be like, oh, that girl's hot, you know, because I look at guys and say that, I look at girls and say that, like it's just, it's a human experience, I think. But if my boyfriend is following girls that I know personally, or I have mutual people with, or we're all, you know, we all live on Long Island, which is the smallest fucking tri-state area there is. I'm not cool with it. I'm really not. I'll say it how it is. I don't know if I'm going to get backlash from girls or guys on this topic, but I don't like it. I really don't, because I know that everyone where we live knows each other, and I don't ever want it to be like Natalie's boyfriend is liking all my pictures. I don't like that.
No, I don't like that either.
Say that.
Right, but and maybe this is where why I mentioned the flirt thing. I know for a fact there are definitely girls my boyfriend follows that he has hooked up with in the past and still does like their shit. And maybe that's why I said, like, sometimes the flirt is, I know he lives with me. I can't get rid of him if I tried.
Sometimes you wish you could.
Sometimes I wish I could. Sometimes.
When he doesn't hang his towel up, Kieran, hang it the fuck
Yes. Yes. But that's what if it doesn't go further than that, if there's a picture and she looks good to you or whatever, you just like it, whatever.
I also think guys are dumb. They're scrolling,
and I think they're
just
scrolling
liking.
And they're just liking. But that's what I mean by sometimes the flirt is, I know you saw it. I know you think she looks okay. I don't. You do. But the flirt sometimes. But I know you're coming home with me.
That has to be a clip. I don't. You do.
But yeah, well, if you knew and you know some of the girls my boyfriend is hooked up with, it's unfortunate for him. But sometimes the flirt keeps it spicy, keeps it exciting. It keeps people not on their toes in an insecure way, but on their toes in a
interested way.
In an interested way.
No, I agree.
Maybe I'll go to the gym this Monday because you like this bitch.
Well, now Popeyes is open.
But maybe I won't, because now there's a Popeyes right there.
I agree. I really do agree, and I think that, like I said, it would be almost inhumane to think that my boyfriend only finds me attractive. Like, no, it's just unrealistic. Right. It's not. It's just irrational to think that.
Right.
But
it is.
I don't ever want to be one of those girls that it's like, you know. And I've texted in my girls group chat multiple times, like, this guy just DM'd me. He has a girlfriend, and you don't ever want to be that girlfriend.
Liking a picture and the DM are two. That's a crossing the line thing. The liking is more of the flirt that I'm talking about. Even just because it's a like, it's not even a real flirt. It's just a like. But that's what I mean. The DM is cheating,
in my opinion.
100%.
A like is never cheating. Girls who say that is like, I'm sorry, not for nothing. Really, if you see a picture of Michael B. Jordan shirtless, you're not gonna like it.
I'm gonna love it.
I'm gonna fucking comment.
I will DM.
And I have. If you saw my message thread with Michael B. Jordan from 2018, I think, when the first Creed came out, it is me like, give me a chance. Hi, how are you? And then he started dating Lori Harvey, and I'm like, I could be whatever she is for you. Trying, you know? And
so good.
And that's, but again, it is fantasy at that point.
It's fantasy.
Is Michael B. Jordan going to turn around and answer my DM? No.
I wish he would.
I would leave anyone for him.
Yeah, you would.
But it's not going to happen. However, if I live in Massapequa, if I'm messaging a guy from Farmingdale, like, give me a chance.
No,
that is cheating. That is not fantasy. That is like, it could realistically happen, and that is where we need to say,
you have to draw a line somewhere.
Right. Sure. So that's, you know, as far as like social media goes, my friends and I have this conversation all the time.
Yeah.
I get it. Your boyfriend's, you're probably, and then it shows you their name. Like, you don't even want to see it. It's like, I'm just going to name him Kieran Kirk, and 71 others liked this post.
Right.
Like, do you really want to see his name? Probably fucking not.
Right.
But
I think you also can't like keep people in a cage either. And you have to let people be people, and that you have to let them admire whoever they admire and whatever, because it's just healthy.
And you have to think of it as like, what am I doing? Like, I mean, if I show you a picture of a guy I'm talking to and you say, oh my God, he's beautiful. Not that you do, because we kind of have differing types.
Yeah, we do.
But if you do say that, obviously Kieran wouldn't like to hear that. But if, on the contrary, someone, like, you know, Kieran's friend is showing, like, I'm talking to this girl and he said she's beautiful.
Yeah.
You can't really get mad because
some people are hot.
Yeah, some people are hot.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So as far as all of that goes, there is definitely a fine line. Like, if we know her, if we have mutual people, like, friends with her, please don't be in her fucking likes and DMs. Definitely don't be in her likes, OD, but don't be in her DMs at all. I think
the DMs is always taking it too far.
That's cheating to me. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's swiping up and giving a fucking fire emoji.
Because you're doing it with almost like the intent for it to possibly go. You're opening that door.
You're opening a door. And I'm in your life, and I'm your girlfriend, and that should not be a thing.
Yeah.
So that's the way that I feel. Now, I feel like that's kind of an obvious one.
Yeah.
If you don't think that that's an obvious one, then you probably should be single.
I think people have their own rules when it comes to that kind of stuff. But yes, I think it's pretty obvious. I think when you're in a relationship and you know that person and they know you, the lines are very obvious.
I mean, we think that, but I don't think
you're
that.
Right.
I think
clearly
females think that. I don't think males always think that way.
Yeah.
Because, like, I've had guys say, and I'm at a point now where I genuinely think that they're not even being assholes, that they really believe
they're
like,
just
it's
stupid.
Harmless. Like, what the hell? I don't know her. I'm never going to date her. I sleep with you every night. I love you. And it's like, I know you love me, but you are putting thoughts in this girl's head, and she's sending it to all of her girls, and it's in her group chat, screenshots of you being a fucking fiend. And you are making me look like an asshole. So don't fucking do that.
Right.
But like I said, I think that that's an obvious one. I think any guy with 2 brain cells would know, like, better.
Yeah.
But, like, there are certain things that aren't as obvious. Like,
what?
We're going to have to make a hard segue. Like,
What?
Okay, I'm not a crazy girlfriend. Okay. My boyfriend could almost pretty much do whatever the fuck he wants. As long as he is...
Yeah.
Not fucking anyone but me.
That's pretty
not
basic.
Right, pretty basic. Not showing anyone, like, that he's, like, any admiration or
real interest.
Real interest. Like, as long as you are about me.
Right.
And make that kind of clear. I don't really give a fuck. If I know that you think a girl is hot. I know that you go out and maybe, you know, you're with your boys and, like, a girl comes up to you and you kind of, like, feed into it for a second, because I'm not going to sit here and say that I haven't done that. I've been pretty serious with the guys, but a guy comes up to me, can I buy you a shot? I'm not saying, no, I have a boyfriend. What am I, a nun? Of course, buy me the shot. But am I thinking twice about you when I leave this place? No, I want to go to my boyfriend's house and be with him because I love him and I think he's perfect, even though he's fucking not.
Far from it.
Right. Yeah. But that, you know, so that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Now, there are certain things, though, that I do think are crossing a line. And now, let's just talk about if your boyfriend goes out with his boys and they go to the bar, which is cool. I've never been a girl to be like, you can't go out without me. Go, please. Because now I can do whatever the fuck I want to. Go.
Yeah.
But if it's 3 a.m. and nothing's open and they go to the strip club.
Okay. That's how I know where we're going with this. So here's what happened.
What are your thoughts?
Well, let's start this off with, I love the strip club.
Yeah, you and me both. I mean, I have all of the gossip girls on Instagram and I message them personally and which they answer. They follow me back. You know, we have a friendship at this point. So I'm with you. I love a strip club.
So this happened recently, and he went out with these guys that he's had his, like, new job with.
Okay.
So it's people that I don't know. So there's the first thing, which is fine. Yeah. I don't need to know them. You talk about them enough. You can go out with them, no problem.
And do you really care to meet them?
No.
There you go.
Right. So I drop him off at the bar at like 9 p.m.
Okay.
At the bar.
Okay.
And he goes, I'll see you in a couple of hours.
Okay.
So he goes in and I go home and I am happy as a clam to catch up on my shows, to do whatever I want, have the bed to myself, whatever, to the point where I'm so relaxed I fall asleep because this is my night and I'm tired.
And this is This is your ideal Friday, Saturday night.
Really, you not there.
Yeah.
Right.
No wet towel to pick up.
No wet towels to pick up.
Okay.
Nobody to clean up after. This is my
night. No one to cook for.
Right.
No chicken to be prepared.
No, exactly.
Okay.
So I wake up and it's 1:30 and I roll over. I'm like, oh, he's not here.
And now a couple of hours have turned to 4.5.
Right.
Okay.
So I call him and there's no answer. So I text him like, where are you?
Yeah, like almost not even that I'm mad, but like, are you okay?
Right.
Because you said you would be home
in a couple hours.
Right.
You said that, not me.
Yeah.
I didn't give you a time limit. You gave me that time frame and didn't stick to it.
Yes.
So I call him again and he answers and he's clearly in a club. And he goes, I can't talk right now. And he hangs up. And then I text him, I go, are you fucking kidding me? So he texts me and he goes, sorry, out with the guys from work, which I know. So like, you don't have to say that.
Right.
About to win us a trip to Mexico. I'll talk to you later.
I hope he's saying win us, like you and him, and not him and the guys.
I know, him and I. Him and I.
Anyone's going to Mexico, it is you two.
Well, and it's us, actually. Maybe not even him.
Right.
So now I'm like, okay, well, you're gambling.
Okay.
And you're at a club. Well, now I know exactly where you are. You're at the strip club.
Yeah.
And
I mean, 1:30 though. Yeah, no, I guess gambling. Yeah, okay, fine. Fair enough.
Fine. So
once it's 3 a.m., I know exactly where you are because every bar on Long Island is now closed. 2 a.m., they like cut you off.
Well, 1:30 they were there. And I text him, I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Does not answer another call or text from me the rest of the night until he stumbles home at 4 a.m. At which point I've locked my bedroom door. You're sleeping on the couch. You are not coming in bed with me. And so he ended up at the strip club, whatever. I like the strip club. I go to the strip club.
Yeah.
So my point is now, finally, this happened on a Friday night. Finally, Monday, I spoke to him again. Silent treatment the whole weekend. You sleep on the couch the whole weekend. I'm not dealing with this. You were working
the whole weekend.
I was working.
It wasn't like straight ignoring.
No, yeah. I was working. But still, like, I don't want to fucking talk to you.
I need some time.
You're allowed to go out with the guys from work. You are allowed to go to the strip club. Hell, I love the strip club. I would have appreciated an invitation, actually.
Natalie and I would have pulled up.
I would have rolled up to the strip club. If he would have texted me, the guys decided we're going to go to the strip club, I would have said, Tony Ann goes on at 12 and 2. Keep your eyes peeled.
And we're going to add her because she's going to love this.
You are going to prepare to have your mind blown.
Right. I see her fangs and I'm in awe.
She's got rockets that shoot out of her heels. Like, she is fantastic.
I want to watch her.
Right. She is so good.
Right.
I would not have cared.
Yes.
But also, if you would have texted me, I'm going to the strip club, now my time frame is jumping, and now I know this is going to be a long night, so I'm not even going to think about it. Whatever time you stumble home is whatever time you stumble home, because now I know you're going to the strip club, and you could be there for fucking hours.
Right, they don't close
and they don't close, so I won't think about it.
Yes. But now I'm worrying that you said you would be home in a couple of hours at 9 o'clock. So I'm now thinking 11, 12 o'clock, you're going to be coming home. And you are not coming home until the strip club closes. Right. And now I'm worried. And I shouldn't be worried.
Right.
Just tell me what it is.
Now couple that with the fact that I don't actually know any of these people. Which adds a whole nother, like, it's not even like you went out with people who I know personally. And I'm like, oh, he's with these people, so what does it matter? These are people I don't know. Yeah. So this is the first time you're going out with these people, and this is the kind of shit that you pull. You think I'm gonna want you to go out with these people again? Absolutely not. This is probably what he says
about me. You're going out with that 23-year-old
No.
And you're like, oh no, she's fine.
She's okay. No,
she could hang.
Yeah. He says, I knew. So this is like what the problem is, and we actually touched on it in our mini-sode, which if you haven't watch it because it's funny. It's like a whole bunch of bartender oops and mishaps and whatever. But when you are just are honest and say, I forgot about you, like to your table, like who can be mad when you admit that you're wrong?
Right, exactly.
So that's exactly what he does. And when I finally decide to talk to him on Monday and tell him, because you know my boyfriend, if that were me and I went out and said, sorry, out with the girls from work that he's never met, and I don't answer him at all. Even if you said
out with Nat, who he does know,
and I don't answer him until I stumble home at 4 a.m., I would have walked home to ashes. My house would have been burnt down. He would have been in his car on his way to check every bar to find out where the fuck I was.
And
it would
Karen
be so.
Showed up and I was drunk, I would run. Yeah. I'd be a little scared.
Lucy would be out the door.
Lucy would say, "You know what?
Not worth it.
Not worth it.
No.
I'm not getting up for this one." Yeah,
no.
I would definitely be a little bit scared.
Yeah.
I know you're not scared of him, but I am.
And you shouldn't be. He's like a gentle giant, but rightfully so, he would be pissed.
Yeah.
So when we finally spoke about it on Monday, all he did was go, "I know, you're right. I'm wrong."
And that's almost the worst.
Because
you want to say,
can't argue.
You,
I can't argue with you now because you're just admitting that you're wrong.
And now I'm an asshole if I keep attacking you because you're literally sitting here telling me I know I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I almost want you to fight with me because now I can attack you and claw your eyes out and not feel bad about it. But now if you're sitting there saying, "You're right."
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
What am I supposed to say to that? Exactly. Yeah. He says that he knew that if he told me he was going to the strip club, I wouldn't be mad. And I'm like, "Well, then why didn't you?" And he goes, "Well, I just didn't think about it. I forgot." And to me, I almost feel like that's worse. Like, if you held it for me because you thought I was going to be mad, at least that's an excuse of why you didn't say anything. But if I just wasn't a thought,
no, I wouldn't think of it. I would be
pissed.
No,
I'm even more pissed.
I think he's almost thinking like, my girlfriend's so chill, she wouldn't be mad at it. You know, he lives with you. He can't really avoid you. He's not sitting here thinking, "How can I make her not mad at me?" Like, he has to come home to you at the end of the night. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's.
Well, that's how it comes across.
No, I don't.
Like, I wasn't as soon. So this is now going back to the do's and don'ts and whatever. You are allowed to go out with your friends. You are absolutely not allowed to end up at the strip club till 4 a.m. without giving me a heads up. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do as long as you're in contact with me. And you're telling me there was no point that you went to the bathroom? I know what you're like when you drink. You pee every 5 seconds. They can't follow you into the bathroom and tell you not to be on your phone. You could have absolutely texted me and said, "Hey, we ended up at the strip club. Right. I'll see you later." And then the whole thing would have been avoided. You are not allowed to end up somewhere till 4 a.m. when you told me at 9 you were going out for a couple of hours. Yeah. Without any communication to me. Right. That is not allowed. Now sorry, but that is not allowed. Yeah. You're allowed to do a lot of fucking things, but you are not allowed to do that.
It's funny because I obviously work on Saturday nights. So when I'm done around 1, maybe 2 a.m. latest, if I have friends there or whatever, and they're like, "You want to go out after?" There's pretty much nothing open except strip clubs and the diner. So, you know, a couple of weeks ago, I finished up. I had some friends sitting with me, and they were like, "Let's go out." I'm like, "Well, the only place that's open is Gossip, so I guess we're going to the strip club." Yeah. We walk in. I'm in the middle of checking my coat. The first person I see is my ex. Did I tell you this story?
No, you didn't.
Okay, first person I see is him. And I'm going to be honest, he handles seeing me out in public very well. He's not a dick. He doesn't go and start, like, talking to girls in front of me. He's very much so respectful. Yeah. To a point where I almost wish he wasn't. Because now at this point, like, I walked into Gossip and I see him. And now he's almost, like, devoting all of his time there to me. Yeah. Which I know if I wasn't here, you wouldn't be fucking doing that. You'd probably either be throwing money at the stage or talking to whatever pretty girl is at the bar, you know? But I'm there and he doesn't do that. Now he's talking to me. And a friend that was there was like buying a table, and like I wanted to go sit at the table with all my friends, coworkers, whatever, and my ex is now there, and I can't really go confidently sit there and start acting a fool what I would be doing if he wasn't there, because he's there. Right. So the entire night I'm sitting there like awkward, like up position, you know, like just like uncomfortable. Like if you read my body language, you would know I'm uncomfortable. And I went, got a couple of dollars, transitioned into ones to be able to throw, you know. Yeah. So I've gotten up off the table a couple of times, and anytime I get up, he's now coming over to me. Yeah. And it's like, "Who are you with? Who are those people?" And you know, he doesn't really like know my new coworkers because he and I are no longer together. Yeah. So he doesn't have that connection. And it was just like uncomfortable the entire time. Because one, I can't have a good time because my ex-boyfriend's here. And in a sense, I see him and I'm in my feels.
Sure.
I also I'm seeing him. I don't want to act out because he can now see whatever I'm doing, and I don't want that argument. I don't want to be flipping my hair, going crazy, girls gone wild, because my ex-boyfriend's here now. That's just another one up for him to be like, look at you. Yeah, this is why we're done. You know, like so you have to sit there all poised. I'm at fucking Gossip. How classy am I?
You can't be.
Right. So it was just kind of like a whole uncomfortable ass situation. Yeah. My coworkers all knew that Natalie was not herself because he's here. And it was just like it was just shit. So I did drive there. I was working all night, so obviously I wasn't drinking. I drove to the strip club. I was like, you know what? I was there for maybe 40 minutes. And I said, guys, I hope you have a great time, but I've got to go. Yeah. This is not for me tonight.
It turns out like the reason he was there didn't come home till 4 a.m, he won the trip.
Oh, he won.
He won.
So are you going to Mexico?
It turns out it's not Mexico, it's Panama. And it's like 3 nights in a room. So like, I don't know. I didn't Google how far Panama is, but I don't think it's that close. So like you'd have to buy your flights. Okay. And then if you go there and it's that far, you're going to wind up wanting to spend more than 3 nights. So like, we're not going. But I mean, contest, you might. Well, the contest ended at 3, and he wanted to make sure they had his name down because he had the highest score, and that's why he was home so late. But he won the trip.
Should we take the trip?
That's what I said to him. I deserve this trip. I think not you
can't go because of work, but we
and
could
then,
go.
So on top of that, he had all these singles in his pocket, right? A bunch of singles. Okay. And he goes, well, that's how you know, like, I didn't throw any singles around. He's like, I gave 2 singles to a stripper, and I gave them to my friend to give to her, and that's why I have all these singles. I didn't even go near there. And now I'm thinking, how embarrassing. As someone who goes to the strip club, you're not getting some ass cheeks clapped in your face. The one time you're the
cheapskate. That's not throwing.
Right. The one time you're allowed to touch another woman's G-string, and you're not
because you're being too cheap. But it's funny because cheap? I'm going to be honest here. I'm just going to, like I said, I'm always transparent. Did I go home with my ex-boyfriend that night at Gossip? Yes, I did. Oh. You didn't know this.
No, I didn't know
And the next morning when I woke up, he lives literally across the street from a Starbucks. And of course, I woke up and was like, I'm starting my day with my nitro cold brew, which I always do. I said, can I have money? I need to go get coffee. And he said, yeah, go on my dresser. There's like,
what? Cash. When was this?
This was weeks ago now. I mean, this was when he and I were still talking. Obviously, we're not now. But he said, go to my dresser. And like my money clip's there. And he had literally a wad of singles because the night before he was at the strip club and I said, you didn't throw shit. Tony Ann deserved
now
all
I'm
of
embarrassed. If she's on stage work, you better be like, fucking what are you mad at?
If I throw the singles, you're mad. If I don't throw the singles, you're mad. And I'm like, throw the singles. I work for tips. Throw the fucking singles. I know how it feels to not get tipped.
How embarrassing.
He said, take whatever you want. Did I take the whole stack?
Yes.
Yeah, I did. The whole money clip was emptied because of me.
I'm happy he didn't throw singles,
I'm not.
But
I work for tips.
I'm also not happy either because they're working for that, and you didn't throw anything. Yeah. You gave it to your boy to give to.
Oh, see, he didn't
You're not that much of an angel. I know that. We all know that.
He just had them in his money clip, mine. And I was like, so you're pathetic. Would you go over in front of your boys? Hey, take all these hundreds, turn them into singles, and then not throw the singles?
See, and when I go to the strip club,
I'm embarrassed for that.
Like, he went to the strip club with his boys, and, like, they gambled all night. I'm at the strip club, and the last time I went to the strip club, I'm sitting at the stage, and Tony Ann's got her ass in my face, and I'm shoving singles in her G-string. I'm down at the cigar room getting a light cigar, getting it clipped for me. Like, I'm doing it right. Right. You now just walked in there and embarrassed me.
You embarrassed us both.
You operated
your lack of performance
at the strip club. Now I'm mad that you went, and now I'm mad at where you had no business being there. Yeah. Let me take you and I'll show you how it's done.
I mean, I remember Alex taking me the first time and she's drinking Patron on the rocks and throwing money. And I'm sitting there Where am I?
Because we used to say, like, especially in the summer when it was no holds barred, like whatever day of the week it was you were going out, there was no other place playing dope music than the strip club on a Tuesday night.
Till 4 a.m.
Till 4 a.m. And that's where we would be.
This rim is too good.
It's making my whole hand sticky.
My whole hand's sticky, but I'm slugging it back.
All right.
How many was this tonight? I don't even know.
This was a lot. We made a lot tonight.
This was our most ever.
Can we actually do a wet and like we did a wet and dry pretty much the whole episode, but we have to end with what we started that we were gonna do this with a what is making you wet and what is making you dry to end the episode.
Okay. All right. Let me start with what's making me wet.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I'm seeing someone new.
Yeah.
Who has downright given me every single thing that my ex did not. And like everything that I would like, he thought it was an irrational fight, but every irrational fight that we had that in my mind was just so rational.
Yeah.
Like I go to school all week, I student teach, I do whatever the fuck. Like on Friday nights, I would like to go on a date with you because I'm off. And I bartend now all weekend after Saturday and maybe Sunday if they need me. Like I can only really go out with you on Fridays. So, like, can we please do something? It's not really asking for a lot. I don't even want, like, anything crazy. I just want to go on, like, a little date. And it was always a problem. Yeah. Always a headache. Always, like, oh, you're so needy. And it's like, really? Because I want to do something with you one night a week? I want, like, a reason to do my hair and makeup once a week, you know? Like, so we're not going to talk about what has passed. We're going to talk about what is now. And the guy that I'm seeing now is very much so like, let's go out, let's do this, let's do that, let's have fun, let's dance, let's, you know, like, and he is great in that aspect. Yeah. So that's definitely keeping me wet. Yes. What's making me dry? Should I be very honest and say that I still am thinking of what should have been. I can't help it.
It's not what should have been. It's fresh still. So like you're making strides though. I said it at the begining of this episode. Like you are you are lighter. You were heavy last week. Not like weight wise.
I'm like, I'm probably heavier this week. I've eaten a lot more fast food.
You sat down last week and it was heavy. Tough. And it wasn't not heavy in a way that was like, oh, it's negativity, like it's bringing me down.
No,
heavy
but it was like maybe
we gotta talk. Yeah, that's the vibe that was last week, which is great. I think that we talked about it. You know, people don't want to feel like they're alone, and there are probably so many people that feel so similar and are happy that you even mentioned it. But you are lighter.
I'm definitely lighter this week, but I can't sit here and say he's
to
not
go
a thought.
Because you have to go through the motions. You have to go through the motions.
I still think about him. I still miss him. I still want to tell him what's going on every day. I still wonder every single day, how did his day go today? I swear to God I do. And I hate him in so many ways. I would shatter his fucking door again.
Yeah.
But I also really wonder, like, I know he, you know, Monday, Tuesdays are his really long days of work. And I think every Monday, Tuesday, like, how'd it go today? Yeah. I hope no one gave him a hard time. I hope that he was really busy. I hope he made really good money. Like, I do think about it. Yeah. Can I call and ask? No. Do I think about it? Absolutely.
But you can send him some positive vibes. And that's it.
I haven't.
Or don't.
It's like what's making me dry is still adjusting to the transition. Yeah. That is my life, my dating life. Yeah. I lost a person that meant a lot to me. And obviously, no matter what, no matter how much of an asshole he was, it's still going to upset me.
But you could potentially gain somebody who will mean a lot to you. Maybe even more than he did.
I hope.
Yeah.
I pray.
You will only know if you try.
So what is making you dry this week?
What's making me dry this week? I don't know.
Nothing?
I mean,
you're having a wet week.
What was really making I just kicked you. What was really making me dry was the people on the road. But we touched on that already in the beginning.
That was the worst aspect of your week. Then you're having a soaking wet week.
No. Yes and no. I mean, no. What's making me dry, I think, is I don't know. I really can't pinpoint anything that's really making me so super dry. Like, and that's funny too because like my boyfriend and I like fought this whole weekend. So like you would think that would be making me dry, but you
worked it out.
But you work it out, and it's not really. I ended up wet. So.
I mean, makeup sex is unfortunately the best.
What's making me wet, I'll tell you, is that Popeye's opening up. And I can't wait till it does.
Wait, Sarah, I'm going to just say this right now, and you are all witnesses. If you go to the new Popeyes without me, because I've never had Popeyes before. If you go the day that they open without me, I'm going to, you guys have all heard it here first. I will never step foot.
I'm going to leave it.
Into this studio again.
All right.
You owe me that much as a Popeyes date.
Yes, when it opens, we will together be the first people there.
Thank you. And that's all I ask. And I hope that you guys all have
a wet week.
The wettest week. I hope your week is soaking fucking wet.
The wettest week. The wettest week ever.
And that your boyfriend doesn't go to the strip club.
Without telling you.
He doesn't message another girl. Your best friends don't make you hate each other.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
And you don't get in any accidents.
And don't get a flat tire on the Meadowbrook Parkway. Just avoid it altogether if you could. Take Long Beach Road.
Yeah.
And I hope you all have a great week.
And we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Wet, dry.
Slightly shaken.
And shaken.